Here and welcome to the first episode of my FIFA 13 Norwich career mode. Okay, first things first, why did I choose Norwich? Because Norwich have actually quite a weak team for a Premier League club, and they have the lowest amount of money out of all the Premier League teams as well. So I thought it'd be quite a challenge to get Norwich to survive in the Premier League with only, I think it's £5 million they have. So yeah. On the screen now you can see me sorting out my stuff. But my first name is Donald because that's one of the names of my favourite friends. So yeah, if he sees this, I hope he does. I was sorting out the team, looking through the ages of all the players there. Got quite an oldish team actually. There's not a lot of young players in there. Grant Holt there, 31 years old. I kinda need a new striker. Looking through the subs as well, I didn't bother with the reserves. Quite a few weak players in the reserves. Looking at the player roles. Okay, so I went into the transfers to try and find some players, and straight away I went for this absolute beast that my friend told me about. His name is May Malangu, and wait for it. Look at those stats. That is amazing. Not the technical ones though. So I went straight in. I thought I can do a player swap for this guy. So I went for Fox, I think, first. And I thought that would be good enough. A player swap Fox for Malangu. And then I went for this guy because I needed a new striker. Yassine Benzia, who is an absolute beast of a player. Well, at least when he grows a bit, because he only starts off at around 67. So looking at his stats, not amazing stats, but I thought he'll grow into it. So yeah, putting in a bid there of I think 1.2 million. Then I thought, well, I need a new defender as well. So I was looking for, I didn't have a defender in mind, so I went for a young defender who was at least 70 or above in overall. Searching here, seeing quite a few players that are out of my price range, like Phil Jones there. I looked at quite a few as well, but couldn't really find one straight away. Quite a few young ones actually. Looking through stats there. Kurt Zuma, who Cal Freezy had in his career mode. I didn't want to go for Kurt Zuma since I thought it'd be a bit of a copycat. Trying to put an offer in there for Munoz or Munoz. I can't see my screen, so it's a bit hard. Wait a minute. Right, there we go. Getting a few emails back here. They want me to finish in mid-table, which I think is going to be extremely hard to see in the squad. But I would love to finish mid-table, you know, that'd be amazing. Getting a few transfer offers back here. They're not interested in the player, Helsingborg, so I thought I would swap up the player. And I think I put in Andrew Sermon there, and I kept the 500. Yassine Benzia, they wanted 1.8, I put 1.2 in. And they said they're not wanting to loan Munoz, or Munoz. Munoz. Alright, so I went back in for a defender, looking at the rest of the players. And here are the ones that are out of my price range once again. I looked at Diego Reyes. What I was looking for though was someone who was like great potential when you look up their little things. So, Jeffrey Brummer there, a former Chelsea player. I remember him back in FIFA 11. Soria. I eventually went for Stephen Corker because yeah, I couldn't afford him, but I put him on loan because I was thinking Spurs have quite a few defenders, so I can at least get him on loan. Torino came in for a bid for Grant Holt. I said, give me 3 million. since if I'm going to give my best striker away, I want more money for him. Helsingborg came back and said they wanted 800,000. I just agreed. I want this guy so much. He's such a beast. Yassine Benzia, I put 1.4 million in, and a loan offer. They say they're going to think about it, which usually means yes. Torino, they came back and said 2.8. I accepted it because I want to get rid of Grant Holt. Well, I don't want to get rid of Grant Holt, but I would for that amount of money. I mean, seeing he's 31 years old. Helsingborg accepted, so I just had to sort out the contract for Malangu. I said he'd be an important first-team player, and 700,000 a week. We got Stephen Corker on loan, so that's our first signing. John Ruddy, Southampton came in with a bid for him. I just straight up rejected it because John Ruddy turns into a brilliant player on this game. It is unbelievable. So I put Stephen Corker into the first team there. Look at those not so amazing stats, but he is a great player to play with. Leon, I think it's Leon, yeah it is, Olympic Leon, accepted the bid for Benzia, so I put a contract in. Talks between Holt and Torino broke up, and now we've got Malangu. We've signed Malangu, our first proper signing of the transfer window. And this guy's just a beast. So I was looking, who should I replace him with? I replaced Johnson, so I put Malangu on place of Johnson there. We've got a email back about Benzia, and we've signed Benzia. That's 2 signings in this episode, if you don't count the loan of Corker. So Yassine Benzia, they're quite young, and I'm hoping that he's going to skyrocket up so that he can become our star striker. We had friendlies here. We won 3-1 there. Stephen Corker getting a goal on his debut. I went back into the transfer market looking for a fullback. So I thought, going to the Championship, since Championship players want to play in the Premier League, but there was no young players there. Neil Erdley, the youngest player in the Championship, well, out of the ones I was looking for. So I thought, I'll just go for a young player, 20 years old maximum. Searching. And Cavillal was a player that caught my eye. And so was Kedrich. I was looking at other players, Mattia Skiguli there, Thomas Callas, Carl Jenkinson, who I was hoping to start, who I was hoping would be a potential player, but no, it didn't. It said he'd just been at the club there. So I put in offers for Cavillal and Kedrich. I put inquiries into them, not offers, sorry. And then I went to look at players who I could sell for money. I had some young players, so I put them up for loan. I put this guy, Steer, up for transfer because I'm not going to use him. Franco up for loan because I think he, if you look at their price, usually if they're going to become good players, they'll have a quite high price for their overall. Just a little tip that you can use there. Looking at some of the players that are actually out on loan from Norwich, and they've got quite a few of their good players out on loan actually. Got an inquiry back, they don't want to sell him, and then Kredic is out of our price range. We win that game there against Osuna, 1-0. Tete getting a goal. Steve Morrison, there's a bid for him from Siena. I put a 2.5 price tag on him. They do not believe he's worth that much though. We have our final game and we lose 3-0. Then I saw this guy, Tom Allen, on the little news roll, but he's only 48 overall, and EA are saying he's one for the future. But while I was looking at that, Chelsea signed Karim Benzema. So we put George Franco out on loan, and EA say that we're going to finish 14th. Yeah. I'm not so sure. I would be happy if we finished 17th, honestly. I went to look at Southampton because they have quite a few good young players, such as James Ward-Prowse. So I put an inquiry into him, and we got back, and they say they want 1.8 million. So, me being me, I wanted a bit of a bargain. I was looking at players to swap. I put Fox, and I was hoping that a straight swap for Fox would be good enough. They came back and said they don't want the player. So I decided I'll give them 1.4 million. And then we got a transfer offer here for Jed Steer from Crew Alexandra, and we accepted it. I don't care, I just want to get rid of this guy and get some money. And transfer talks broke down. Surprise, surprise. Southampton wanted 1.8, I gave them 1.6. And next episode you will see my game with Fulham. We have another offer for Jed Steer. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.